The first marijuana trip we made, we found through a guy who was a fireman. He had a twin-engine plane called a Piper Aztec that he would fly to Colombia. He offered us, if we would go down and pick up 1,000 pounds, $50,000. Really wasn't thrilled about the amount of money it was, but I said, well, at least it gets a foot in the door. And we did it. And it was a fiasco from one end to the other. We ended up having to throw it all away. They didn't have an alternate where we came back to. There was a Seminole police officer sitting on the road that they wanted to land on. They used a used airplane radio on an old battery, and they didn't realize the battery was dead. From that trip, our very first trip, with all the problems, we took it as a lesson. From then on in, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 alternates. I ran into some Jamaicans, went down to Jamaica and physically looked at the place. The Jamaicans, the pot wasn't really good. We made one trip, brought back 700 pounds, but this time we brought it back to our place. People that I knew, I'll call them the ground crew. They were all my friends, and the vehicles were mine. I tried to control everything. It got to the point where there was so much pot here that you couldn't sell it. It was too cheap. You got down, it was like $230 a pound, and what you had to pay for it, and you figure your expenses and everything, and the chances that you take legally.
Big seizures used to be measured in hundreds of pounds. It is not unusual now to catch a ship with 30 or 40 tons of marijuana.
For the same amount of money that you would make on 40,000 pounds, you could bring 1,000 pounds of cocaine and make the same amount, if not more.